What's going on, guys? It is FaZe Simp here, and today I'm going to be recapping our last two matches of the CDL, which was our Toronto match and our Paris match. We ended up going 1-1, but overall I don't think it was the worst thing for us, so let's just get right into it. So the first map of the Toronto series was Mercado Hardpoint, and I don't think all stage we've really had a trouble with our hardpoints, and this was kind of another one of those situations. We had really good rotations for the most part, but off the rip we got broken for our P2 spawns, and in my opinion that was probably the biggest mistake we had all map, just because you know, having that side, you kind of want to hold it off the rip, just because, you know, Mercado has a bunch of money hills, and especially P2, P3, P5, P6, all those are just hills you can full 60. So we ended up getting broken for their spawns, and because of it we went down probably like, I think we went down like 40-50 points off the rip, so it made it a dicey game. But overall I think we had rotations for most of the hills, and we ended up having good breaks, you know, when we didn't have the hill. We were at least getting the last 20, last 30 on most of the hills we didn't rotate to. And when we had to listen in, I honestly thought that we were having good comms, we were having good teamwork, and overall we were just sounding good in hardpoint. So we ended up winning this map 250 to 229, and this was a good start to the series for us. Next map was a CeeLo S&D, and our search has been a little iffy in this game. And I feel like there's times where we look really good, there's times where we look really bad, and there's times where we look kind of eh. And I feel like this is another one of those maps where we look a little eh. I feel like early on we were doing a good job of filling them out and making them adapt. But I feel like once they adapted, we didn't really adapt to them adapting. And we started just playing into their game, you know what I mean? And so, you know, we were up a little bit, we started trading rounds at that point, and we ended up losing this map 5-6. We lost a couple of rounds where we had first bloods, and in my opinion we really need to be winning the rounds where you have, you know, man ups. Overall though, I feel like this is a good loss for us to have this map, you know, round 11, and being able to lose this map the way we did just gives us a lot to watch, a lot to change. And I honestly just think we need to start playing loose in S&D, and we'll just fix a lot of our problems. So like I said, we lost this round 11, and now the series is now 1-1. So the next map we played was a CeeLo Control, and honestly, we kind of got smoked this map. I feel like we were kind of getting out credballed. We were playing a little slow. Our pacing was a little weird. And yeah, honestly, we kind of just got smoked. I feel like in scrims, we play controls a lot better than doing matches right now. And I don't know if it's because, you know, we change in matches, or everyone kind of changes in matches a little bit, like pacing wise. But we definitely need to figure it out. Especially on a CeeLo, because I feel like the other two maps are way more manageable when it comes to that, but a CeeLo is a huge map, and we just need to be on top of it. So we got 3-0 smoke this map, and now we are down 1-2 in the series, going to a hotel hardpoint. So in my opinion, this hotel hardpoint was probably the craziest hardpoint of the year, maybe one of the closest I've seen. And honestly, we have some hills on this map right now where I feel like we aren't on the same page, or we weren't. You know, there's some of us want to play a certain way on one hill, or some of us want to play a different way on another hill, and it definitely showed in the map. You know, we were getting broken on you know, some P2s, I think some P4s I saw when I watched it back. Yeah, I mean, there's like I said, there's a couple hills we trolled. I feel like I trolled during the second P2. We got a couple of clean kills, and I pushed out broken side, or like store side of the map, and my sub didn't end up being fully reloaded. You know, it's like you had that mag glitch where, like, not the glitch, but like the new thing with this game where when you reload you can't like cancel it. And I guess I thought my gun was fully reloaded, and it just wasn't. So, you know, I went to go chow people, and I was just shooting nothing, and I think I ended up dying. We just get insta broken off that, so that was definitely on me. But we ended up winning this map last second off a last second P5 break. It was honestly nuts. I feel like they shouldn't have lost this map, but you know, last second we set up a really good breakthrough wine. We killed the guy Lime, then I jumped across, baited for MC, he killed the guy Cat, and we just collapsed on the hill, contested enough, and got all 4 dead and just won. So we ended up winning that map 250 to 249. And like I said, it was a crazy hard point. So now that it's 2-2, we're going to a last map, Fortress S&D. So honestly, in this Fortress S&D, I feel like it's probably one of our weakest. No, I mean, not even our weakest. I feel like all of our S&Ds are good. It's just, I feel like Fortress is so one-dimensional. We kind of get trapped doing the same thing sometimes. And, you know, that's a big part of the talk we had with, you know, being able to adapt faster and get loose. And I feel like we had a problem with this last year as well, where even when we got numbers, we didn't really have an idea of what we wanted to do. We weren't at doing stuff fast enough together, and we were kind of just letting other teams make plays on us. So we ended up losing this map 2-6. Like I said, I mean, I don't even think there's much to talk about. We kind of just got outplayed, in my opinion. We were getting bombs down, but we were man down situations a lot. And I feel like us losing this map was a good loss to have. Like I said, with the other search, I feel like it really gave us a lot to talk about, and it was kind of a good wake-up call for Search and Destroy right before the event. So we just need to get loose in Search, and yeah, we ended up losing that match 2-3. You know, that's a tough loss to have, but it is just a league match, and it's not the end of the world. So next up, we have the Vegas match. Going to our Vegas match, this was overall a really good showing out of us. I feel like in all three of the modes for the most part. There were some trolls in the Hardpoint, but besides that, it was kind of a smoke show. In the Embassy, we had really good P2 and P3 breaks, but as soon as we broke, you know, P3 AC hill, we kind of had weird comms, and we shifted in the hill, and no one really had ladder, and that guy ended up two-piecing us, which gave up like a 30 seconds, I think it was, which was really unfortunate. And then on a P4 hill, on the second P4, which I think was like 190, we really could have called game. MC saw this guy Halls and kind of like half chowed him, but then like tried to pinch him and gave it up. And that guy ended up killing us on time when I feel like he kind of probably should have heavily played it. But, you know, that was a tough situation. And then since it was like really close, I ended up rotating at the last P5. And they just started solo challenging me from like P1 orange area. And since I was a new, kind of just like snaking and like head glitching the little like kitchen table thing, like the metal table in the hill, it was kind of just free picks, and they let me get 2-3, and by that time my teammates were with me, and we kind of held on to the new on P5. And in my opinion, that was the biggest troll out of Vegas, was probably that hill. I feel like they played a good hardpoint overall. You know, off the rip, I feel like they were probably winning the first rotation set of hills, and then, you know, we started coming back a lot. Not a lot, but I feel like, you know, we started to get control after the first couple hills. And yeah, we ended up winning the map 250-207. And honestly, that's the closest the series got. So next up, we're going to an Embassy S&D, and this was a really good map from us. We did a lot of the stuff we talked about, you know, after the Toronto match, and we just played loose, played with each other, and just used our numbers to our advantage. And we ended up winning this map 6-0. You know, Team Talk definitely helped us. I feel like the calls we were all making during the map were all, you know, fast, and everyone was listening and being on top of it. So I think it was a really good last search before the major. And yeah, this was a really fast map. I think it was under 6 minutes we won this map. So quick little S&D onto the hotel control. So now that we're in the hotel control, our control stats this year haven't looked the best, but in my opinion, we're still a really good control team. You know, we have a very small sample size of control in matches. You know, we only play one a match. So versus Boston, we definitely trolled on Fortress. I feel like, me specifically, I was playing so fast in our first two controls. Even though we won our second one, but you know, we lost to that one to Boston. We won a round 5 Fortress control against LAT. Then we lost against Toronto 3-0. It's like, you know, we got double 3-0 by Boston and Toronto. We get into this control. And I feel like this control was a better showing for us. We ended up winning this control 3-0. We had double defenses, which is kind of, you know, I would say more advantageous. So we really only had to win one offense. We had a good A hold on our first defense, even though we lost B off the rip. You know, on hotel, a lot of people think the B point is the go-to to, you know, make sure you have, or like the harder point to get. And they had a good break and ended up getting it off the rip, but we did a really good job of pushing out their kitchen and just, you know, holding map control to a point where they weren't really able to get on the point stack. And even when they didn't, you know, I think one or two of us were able to pinch kitchen, get a couple kills and get them off. And I feel like if we're being active like that, then we're going to be really good at control. You know, after that defense we won, we did a really good job of, you know, playing a normal offense, getting A, getting kills. And, you know, once we did get kills on the B side, you just insta hot point, you know, make the guys bed chow you, make the guys P4 chow you, whoever's hiding, you know, wherever. Make them chow, make them actually have to make a play, because I don't know, I feel like once you get kills, just stacking just makes things a little bit easier. So we did that, and we ended up winning that round. And honestly, they probably, I mean, they weren't out of gas, but I mean, you go down 0-2, especially after getting 6-0'd, it kind of feels like, I don't know, the game's out of your control, in my opinion. And, you know, especially with us being on defense again, we ended up holding bed control this whole round 3. They got A pretty fast, but, you know, we never really gave a bed control. Every time they got on point, we got them off, and we just ended up winning 3-0. Like I said, we had 2 defenses, so it's just solid defense out of us. And I think what I heard them say during our broadcast was that we had a 0% offense win, and they had a 0% defense win going into that map. So one of us had to change that, and it ended up being us. So thank God we won an offense. And yeah, we ended up winning that series 3-0. Like I said before, it was a really, really good series and waited for us to win going into the major. I feel like the Toronto loss we had helped us improve a lot, and I think the Vegas match showed the improvements we made. So yeah, we ended up finishing the stage 2-2, and now we're going into the major. I'm excited. I can't wait to play back on LAN. It's always fun to play in front of fans, and yeah, I hope to see some of you guys there. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate if you dropped a like. Make sure you drop a comment letting me know what your favorite match, what your favorite team is about to be. And yeah, if you're new here, make sure you sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.